Hello friends, this is Jared again. This is our third video in the How to Use a 3D Printer series, and this time we're talking about actually interfacing with the 3D printer itself and what to do to get something to start printing. We've got our Pikachu file saved to this jump drive that we did in the end of our other video, and so the way that you turn this unit on, you'll of course plug it in first and then press the only button on the unit, which is right here on the front. When you press the button, the screen lights up and it says touch the screen to start. And it is a touch screen, so you just touch anywhere on the screen, and it'll pull up this print or setup menu. And if it's already been set up recently, you don't really need to reset it up, which is good. We probably do another video on how to set it up because setup is a pain. But this one's fortunately already been set up recently, and so the only thing that we have to do is connect the jump drive to the USB port here on the side, select print, and then pick the print that we want to print. It has the name on the screen. Right now this is the ABS Pikachu. We don't want to use that one because remember we're using PLA. And it's got all these other files on the device. There's PLA Pikachu. And so since this is the one that we want to print, we'll get that one ready, and then when it's ready to start printing we have to click on it. But there's some other prep that we have to do first. Remember the bed or plate that we talked about in the other video? Sometimes this is also called a stage. And this piece is made out of glass in this printer, so you don't want to drop it on the ground, especially if the ground is concrete. The other thing that you want to do is that you want to use this cube stick. I don't know what it's like, goop or something, but basically it's got a sponge applicator and it's kind of tacky, and you want to rub this tacky stuff all over the section of this plate that is going to be where you're going to print at. You don't need to bother putting it over the whole surface if you're not printing something that's going to cover up the whole plate. Just the part that your print's going to be sitting on. And then put the plate back into the printer. If this stuff ever runs out, don't buy more from the company. Use hairspray, right? It works just the same, and this stuff is really expensive. And then you press the name to start it going, so that's it. Invalid material type. Hey! Maybe this is ABS. Let's try and run the ABS one. Yeah, so the kind of plastic that's already in here is ABS right now instead of PLA. Like I said before, ABS has had more problems in this kind of printer than the PLA, so if it starts to fail, we can do a video on what failure looks like so we can know when to stop it and swap it out with some PLA. But here's the printer warming up. What it does is it puts the package here, that's where the filament actually comes out and onto the bed, in the middle of the bed and really close to the bed. And then inside of this unit is basically like a hot glue gun. So the hot glue gun takes this as like the glue stick and it heats it up and spits it out the tip, and the stuff that it spits out is thinner around than the glue gun stick that you put in it. And so just like in a regular glue gun, except in a real glue gun it goes from like pretty big to like still bigger around than this. In this one it goes from this size to even smaller, and just lays it layer by layer in like a zigzag pattern in the shape of whatever it is that you're going to print. This is the part that takes about 10 to 20 minutes for the head to heat up, and so we don't need to just sit here in a video, but whenever it comes back we'll come back and